The new Black Clover movie just dropped. It is titled Sword of the Wizard King. It released on June 16th and it released on Friday. This movie, it takes place after the time skip, but right before the Spade Kingdom arc. So before everything happened in the anime with Asta meeting Not, with Libe, with Yami getting taken, etc. And I did a reaction to this on my Twitch. If you guys want to be a part of that in the future, I'll leave my Twitch in the description. But I decided I wanted to talk about this movie because it was pretty freaking good, I'm not gonna lie, and hey, I might as well give a review for it. But if you guys enjoy regular anime content, make sure you guys like a video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. I greatly appreciate it. Also, this will be a spoiler review, so you guys did not see the movie, I highly suggest you guys watch it and come back to this video. And also, I won't be including any manga spoilers because there wasn't any in the movie as well. But that way, my name is Potential Elise, and let's talk about Black Clover, Sword of the Wizard King. I will say, watching this movie was really refreshing because of how long the anime's been away. A lot of fans have been missing Black Clover because the anime, I remember being in high school the last time the anime was going. That was my senior year, 2021. And if you don't read the manga, then you've been without Black Clover for 2 years because the anime was canceled. As a manga reader, I've enjoyed the remainder of the Spade Kingdom arc that unfortunately wasn't animated, and reading the final arc that we're on as well. So hearing the voice actors and seeing the animation along with the choreography and fight, stuff like that, it was really refreshing. Let's talk about the plot of the movie. Some of the previous Wizard Kings, they have returned, and in the past we saw Conrad. He is the main antagonist. He went against people like Julius, a young Yami, Nozel, Fuegion, etc. And he was the current Wizard King right before Julius. And so during the beginning of the movie, he was sealed away by Julius Novachrono. However, because of his fight with Paltry during the elf invasion, the seal ended up breaking because of Julius losing out on some of his magic. So the main fights are between former Wizard Kings and the current Magic Knights. Now, the Imperial Sword, which is the main thing that Conrad was going after, it had the magic of previous Wizard Kings in it. And so Conrad, he wanted to use that sword in order to create his ideal, or I guess you could say a new world. We got to see a bunch of our favorite characters, people of the Golden Dawn, the Black Bulls, captains, vice captains, and there's only so many people you can fit in a 2-hour movie time period. And so I think the amount of screen time that the different individuals got is well deserved. I mean, obviously, like main characters like Asta, Yuno, Yami, Noel, they're going to get more shine than others, but I still think that they did a really good job including people. I will say I do wish that some characters got more screen time, but at the same time, I feel that would be nitpicking. There was also the rivalry that, you know, it's never going away. Austin, you know, they incorporated them as well. Showed a little bit at the beginning during the tournament and showed a little bit at the end as well. That's some comedy moments that I miss. You know, Yami always talking about taking a dump or taking a poop. There's also an Asta and Noel moment, which they had a really cute interaction. And I love that because typically it's always Noel hitting Asta or using her Tsudere moments, stuff like that, where she can have a conversation with him, but they had like a genuine moment. I thought that was cool. They also showed Libe, Mimosa, and Noct. They were in there as well. Like I said, I wish they had more time, but at the same time, we see them more in the manga, and in the anime we only see them towards the end. Well, specifically not in Libe, so I can understand why they weren't in this movie. But overall, I'm really happy with the amount of screen time that the cast got. Conrad, he was the main villain of this movie. He was a former Wizard King, and he wanted to create a better world. He handpicked only a certain amount of people that would be included in that new world, and he also summoned former Wizard Kings in order to help him achieve that goal. And the reason why he wanted only a certain people in his new kingdom was because during the past he dealt with a lot of oppression. His wife was killed, and so many more of his comrades as well. I mean, I guess he was an alright villain. It wasn't anything really special about him. I guess you could say it was more of like a stereotypical reason for him being a villain, like, oh, I'm you, I'm the same as you, but I'm trying to make a better world, you know, that type of stuff. Wasn't anything special, but wasn't bad as well. He had key magic, which was really interesting. It allowed him, I guess the main thing was he could steal and use other people's magic. So he took Noelle, her Sea Dragon's Roar, and she wasn't able to use her strong attacks for most of the movie. Thought that was really interesting. Like I said, he was an okay villain, nothing really special about him though. The fights, they were really freaking good, not gonna lie. We had 3 action scenes, one at the beginning during the intro of the movie, which typically happens. There was the mid fight where the characters lose and they have to regroup, and then the final battle, which is dope as well. Now personally, I don't need fights to happen or action to happen non-stop for me to enjoy the movie, but at the same time, I don't want to be put to sleep. I guess a good example of this, like the new Sword Art Online movie, they barely had any fights in it, and I was kind of bored during that movie. But I feel like Black Clover did a good job of mixing the story with the fighting and the choreography, all that stuff. There was different matchups, and different characters had to go against the 4 different Wizard Kings, where I'm pretty cool with the fact that those Wizard Kings had to be jumped. I think my favorite group included Yuno, Yami, Nozel, and I believe Fueglo, he was part of that as well. Mary Leona, she had a one-on-one fight because we know how she is. She wants to be the strongest, wants to beat everybody. And so the Wizard King, or I guess you could say Queen, because it was a woman that she went up against. I don't know her name, but she pushed Mary Leona. Like, I don't think I've ever recalled a moment where I've seen, I mean, obviously in the Elf arc, but Mary Leona, she was getting jumped. I'm talking like one-on-one against a Wizard King. She didn't lose, but she also didn't win. I guess you could say it was a draw, but man, they were going crazy in that fight. The Black Bulls, they had a fight against a Wizard King. Asta went one-on-one against Conrad because his anti-magic was the only one that could deal with him, especially because he could steal magic. So I'm happy that the Wizard Kings were jumped, because it showed how far these characters still have to go, because obviously at this point we haven't been in the Spade Kingdom arc and we haven't been in the final war, so it would, you know, stand to reason why they would have to jump the Wizard King. For the most part, I'd say the animation was pretty decent. Black Clover, it's never been known to have this phenomenal animation like Ufotable, like Mappa, like the Fate series, Wit, stuff like that. So for the most part, I'd say it was pretty fine. They did have a few spotty moments. They used CGI, and I'm not one to say that you should never use CGI. I think sometimes CGI is good in anime, but at the same time, they had some moments where the CGI was kind of meh. But yeah, overall, it was animated decently. Black Clover, it's always had some bangers. For the end credits, they had a song that's called Here I Stand. It was pretty good. Also, there was a moment where the characters had to surpass their limits. They play Haruka Mirai. We love that song so much. We already know it gets me high. I'll use that song when I go to the gym. So I say at the end, playing that was a nice touch. Each character surpassed their limits in order to take down the Wizard Kings that they were facing. I'd say Yuno, Mary Leona, and Noel, they especially shined in their matchups, to the point where Yuno even was looking like Asta, the way that he was trying to like just barrel his way through. Pretty dope. Asta in his fight against Conrad, he took him down with the help of Libe dribbling more anti-magic in him. He was able to surpass his limits, and he also was able to use the Imperial Sword, I believe that's what it's called. So he used that in order to take Conrad down, mixing with his black form. I really enjoyed the climax, and it really felt like I was watching a major arc from the Black Clover anime. Overall, it was a really freaking good movie. If I had to nitpick, I'd say I wish that Conrad's story was a little bit stronger. I thought he was kind of a weaker villain. The animation could have been a little bit better, and also I wish different characters had more time. Mimosa, Libe, Not, and I understand why Libe and Not weren't really in this, like I said, if I was nitpicking. However, I will say that this movie deserves like a 9.3 out of 10. I'm definitely going to probably rewatch it after I upload this video. I really do hope that this movie is successful, because it will show that a lot of people love Black Clover, and maybe the anime can make a return. But let me know how you guys felt about this movie in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video from me. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok is on the screen in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.